It's 6 p.m. in the evening and Jack has returned home from work. After a shower and quick snack, Jack sits down at his computer and checks his email to see if he's made any sale from his online business. There are plenty of emails that try to sell Jack different products and courses, but no sales. This has been going on for weeks, and Jack hasn't made a sale since he launched his online store. It's not just hard to consistently invest time and energy in something that doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It's unbearable. Jack has always wanted to have his own online business to be financially independent, have a big house, a sports car, and travel to exotic destinations. But in order to start his own business, he needed money to get it off the ground. So 6 years ago, at the age of 20, he got a job in a rubber molding company. Jack started as a machine operator, working 12-hour shifts and doing all the overtime he could. Jack treated his factory job with a high sense of responsibility and was always good at identifying damaged components. His hard and precise work soon paid off, and 2 years later, Jack was promoted to quality technician. In this role, Jack's job was to make sure that other operators were producing high-quality rubber components. After 2 more years, Jack was promoted to production supervisor to give training to new operators and make sure the production plan was met. Everything seemed to be going in the right direction as every time Jack was promoted, he made more money. At home, Jack had developed a good schedule. He had a productive morning routine that energized him for a day ahead. He practices a healthy lifestyle by going to the gym at least 3 to 4 times per week and by cooking his own healthy meals. He always set aside time to read books or watch some educational videos. And most importantly, Jack was working on his business idea so that one day he could leave his job and give 100% focus to growing his own company. Jack was extremely dedicated to his idea of running his own business. So much, in fact, that every morning he would wake up at 5 a.m., do his morning routine, and then jump onto his computer to invest at least 2 hours in his online business before heading to his full-time job. But the problem was that Jack was making so little progress towards his own business that, over the years, he had lost his dedication and drive. From day to day and week to week, he was following his routine because, after years of practice, his routines had become automatic. And while from outside it seemed like Jack was doing all the right things, the truth was that he was stuck in a rut. Of course, Jack never told any of his friends this because his friends had been telling him to forget about the idea of running his own business. And Jack really wanted one day to prove them all wrong. But time was moving fast, and Jack's online business was not generating any money. As Jack was getting older, he also realized that he would soon have to think about starting a family, and that really scared him. Over the years, Jack had tried multiple business models, like trading stocks, having an online store, and developing mobile applications. But nothing had taken off. And the more time passed, the more worried about his future Jack became. Jack was earnestly trying to invest as much time as possible into his business, but it seemed like there was always something unexpected happening. One weekend, one of his friends had a birthday, so Jack went to the party to socialize and see his friends. The next week, his parents asked Jack to help them move house. A week after that, Jack's car broke down, and while it was being repaired, he had to spend extra time commuting. Time was constantly at stake, and Jack felt that he was spinning his wheels and not making enough progress towards his goals. The worst part was that Jack didn't know how he could get out of the rut, fix the situation, and achieve his goal. One Monday morning, the alarm went off at 5 a.m., but instead of waking up, Jack decided to sleep in. This was strange because he was always consistent with his schedule. He instead woke up at 8 a.m., just around the time he is usually ready to leave for work. At work, Jack's performance started to suffer as he paid less attention to his daily tasks. After work, Jack started to waste time on meaningless activities like watching the TV, reading gossip news, and wasting time on social media. A whole week had gone by in a blink of an eye, and it seemed that things were about to get irreversibly worse. One Saturday evening, Jack received a phone call from his friends. He knew they would ask him to go out and party. So he ignored the call and continued browsing YouTube in search of his next dose of dopamine. Just before Jack switched off the computer and went to bed, one of the suggested videos on YouTube grabbed his attention. The video was called, "One Strategy You Need If You Are Stuck in Life." The video shared the strategy called strategic cycling, and it contained 2 phases. preparation phase, and execution phase. This is it, Jack realized. This was the strategy that he needed to use. Jack set his alarm early for the next day and went to sleep. The following day, Jack had one thing that he wanted to do. He put together an action plan using this new strategy. So the first phase in this strategy is preparation phase. During the preparation phase, he had to go in savings and learning mode. Earn as much money as possible, save as much as possible, and learn as much as possible. So Jack decided to downgrade his lifestyle. He moved out of his flat and found a room to rent. This would save him $300 every month. Jack also decided to increase his income, so he found a weekend job in the nearby store that sells electronics. This would earn him an extra $500 per month. Now Jack was able to save $700 from his full-time job, $500 from his weekend job, and $300 that he is saving from the rent, totaling $1,500 per month. Jack does this for 9 months. At this point, he has saved $15,000, and he's ready to go to the execution phase. In this phase, the important components are time and energy. And it's usually the job that takes most of it. Now, Jack has savings, so he doesn't have to worry about earning money. So he quit both of his jobs to give all of his attention to kickstart his business. Jack also used his money to hire other skilled people in his team. After 6 months of dedicated work, Jack is making the same amount of money with his business that he used to earn as a supervisor. The difference is that he's now working for himself, and as the business grows, he'll be making more and more money for himself. Looking back, Jack realizes that he got stuck in life because he was trying to do everything at the same time. Keeping his full-time job, exercising, cooking healthy meals, meeting friends, and also starting his business. And it never worked. But once he found out about strategic cycling and applied it in his life, Jack became successful by achieving his ultimate goal. And he did it because he realized that he has to approach his goal strategically. First, by focusing his attention to earning and saving. Then taking a risk of putting all the eggs in the same basket, and ultimately succeeding. Jack kept focusing on his business, and in the next 12 months, his income from his business had doubled. Now it's time for Jack to shift his focus in a new direction. Jack wants to find the love of his life and start a family.